Hey guys, y'all come on and log on tonight. Wow, it's late. I thought I would bring the red light, green light to you. I didn't know it was going to change colors. Guys, y'all come on and log on. Make sure when you're coming on, you click like and share this video. Also, when you're coming on, just make sure you drop in the comment section what city and state you're from. I would love to know where you're from. I know some people commented on my picture of what city and state you're from. I would love to know where you're from, because it's getting to be the summertime, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be traveling. So guys, I would love to know where you're from, what city and state you're from, because I'm looking for some places to go this summer. And if I'm in your city, if I'm in your state, if I'm in your country, I want to let you know, hey, Serenity Speak is in your country, in your state, and I look forward to meeting you guys real soon. Okay, guys, listen. My topic tonight, I want to talk about being an effective communicator, right? So a lot of times we don't effectively communicate. I think this light, man, let me see, let's see if this light, it's a little better. Okay, good. So a lot of times we don't effectively communicate with each other, right? Sometimes the person that you're communicating to or communicating with, you're trying to express something that's in your thought process, or trying to get something out or get something to them, or to be clear and precise with your thoughts, with your words. But sometimes it doesn't come across that way, where the person is angry or upset. They get upset, they get angry, they don't want to listen, they don't want to hear what you're saying, because sometimes when we're communicating, we're not reading body language. We're not actually using the proper words in order to get our point across, if that makes sense. When you're doing something like that and you're trying to get your point across, make sure that you become more effective and not insulting. Oftentimes, that's what we do. We insult the person that we're trying to communicate with, versus, you know, trying to build them up, trying to, you know, get them to hear you and hear your point, so they can take the information and knowledge or the wisdom and your understanding of what they have communicated to you, or what you're trying to communicate to them, and take it away and say, hey, you know what, this was some good information, thank you for it. You know how you sometimes when you communicate, people are like, what? I can't believe they said that. And they didn't. That's because what you were trying to communicate didn't really come across the way, it didn't come across effectively, if that makes sense. Well, a lot of times oftentimes we do that. I believe that we don't listen as well. I know sometimes when I'm communicating with some of my family members, it's definitely hard for me to, guess what, listen to them. You know why it's hard for me to listen? You don't want to listen to anything that has their recurring events that constantly is happening in the family. You don't want to listen to things like that. You don't want to listen to something that is not going to have a positive result. Or you are maybe a person that say, hey, I don't want to constantly be the problem solver in this, or I just don't want to listen. Let me give you the solution so I can move on to the next thing. And so even with that, that's not effective communication, because if you constantly interject, then that person feels like they can't talk to you because you're not listening. Being an effective communicator comes with listening, paying attention to the person, watching their body, their body movements, their cues, nonverbal cues. Sometimes we don't read the room. And when you don't read the room, then guess what? You lose people's attention. We, as a group, as a whole, I don't care what culture you're from or what background you have to make sure that you're reading somebody's body language, the nonverbal and the verbal, because you want to be an effective communicator, right? And oftentimes I even wrote some stuff down so I wouldn't forget. So being impactful communication style. So there's a style for each individual. It's a style of communicating. It's a style that you can reach this set of people versus this set of people. You know, you have to keep in mind, everybody is different. Everybody has a different background. And just because you communicate effectively with this person, now you may have to communicate in a different way with another person. For example, if I came in and I said, good morning, how are you doing? Well, then I say, oh, I don't want to hear that. Then now I wanted them to listen to me, say good morning. I asked the question, how are you doing? And as soon as they get ready to respond, then I cut them off and say, I don't want to hear that, or I don't want to listen to that type of information. That's not effective, you know, when we're communicating. So nonverbal and verbal communication, you have to be built up. You have to build a person. But if I say, good morning, how are you? And they say, good morning, you know, I had a bad day, you know, my morning didn't start well, blah, blah, blah. Now they know that you're listening, you're paying attention. And even if you may not want to hear the negative part of their morning, you the one ask the question, right? So you have to be effective in each individual. It's some other things that I want to dive in, but it's so much with, you know, persuasive, you know, communication, you know, getting people, having an influence with people to get them to do exactly what you need them to do. And it's complimenting, encouraging, building up people. They will actually do exactly what you're asking them to do. If you're a person that has a company and stuff, so you know you have these companies that people come up and they say, hey, listen, I want this person, I want to be able to, I want to get this group of people to do this here, I want to train them on this. So even in public speaking, you have to be effective, and it's your delivery. This is how people retain information. So once you see that people retain information differently, so you're the person that's going to speak. Make sure when you're speaking, they can actually attentively listen to what you're saying. Don't come in there with slouch down. Don't come in there. Don't come in there not ready and not have studied the material. Be effective. Be impactful. You know, so communication is an art, and not all of us can do it. You know, I like to do one-on-one versus being talking to a group of people. Sometimes people love talking to a group of people because they can make them laugh. You know, I have a cousin that comes in. He can talk to a whole room and then gather everybody's attention, and everybody's laughing, everybody's crying, laughing. And even if this person didn't hear the whole story, when this person come in, they're laughing. You know why? Because he's effective, he's charismatic, he's persuasive with his body language. And sometimes we have to be like that in order to get people to listen and then to hear the important things. So if you want to effectively communicate, one thing, be a good listener. You know, stop cutting people off. Be a good listener. If you ask the question, you know, certain questions too, I'm learning that you don't ask people. You don't ask them because then they ask you a question. You don't ask, oh, how is their parents doing, if you don't want them to ask how your parents doing. You don't want to ask how their wife is doing or their husband is doing if you don't want them to ask you the same thing, because it opens the door for them to ask other questions. I remember just being in an uncomfortable spot when I was genuinely just trying to ask a question, and that opened the door for that person to ask me something that made me feel very uncomfortable. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? I can't believe they even asked that. And so it opened the door for something else to be said in the middle of the conversation. And it taught me something. It taught me to be mindful of who I'm talking to and be mindful not to ask certain questions. Not to ask certain questions in a conversation. It helps. And let me tell you this here. Let me tell you this here. It helps for you to keep your, to keep your poise, to keep your the people to see you a certain ways. Because as soon as you open the door and you ask a certain question, people can disrespect you. People can respect you. I learned that early on. Just being a person who loves talking, a person who loves, encouraging, a person who love building up. And this is what I want to share with you guys, that when we get into these conversations, you're the one to open the door, and then you're like, well, I didn't mean it like that. You're the one saying stuff that's offensive. Because I have a close family member every time. People, when they communicate, he comes across trying to be helpful. And for example, if somebody was in some trouble, or actually, made a mistake in life, his conversation is, well, if you, I just want to tell you the reason why these things are happening to you, because you did X, Y, and Z, and now you made your bed, you got to lie in it. And so when that person responds in anger because, they really want it to be built up. They know they made a mistake. They're aware they made a mistake. But now they want to be built up and encouraged and say, hey, you're going to get through this. I know you messed up. I know you made a mistake, but you will get through this, and you will, your whole life will turn around. Things will change in your life, and you will be more effective. You will be more effective. Things will start happening in a positive way. So change your thinking, change your mindset, change how you process things. It's just a slight, it is a slight setback, but guess what? Things are going to change in your life. That's effective. That's encouraging. But when you tell somebody to remind them of where they are and how they got there, that's not effective. Does that make sense? So when you're not being effective in communicating, then people get offended. People want to say things to you. They want to say things and respond in a negative way. It's because you're not processing how to communicate to a person and not bring out their flaws. Does that make sense? Hope so. I hope so. And I hope this live is helping, because one thing that I want to do is give some self-help points when I come on, just to help you in every area of your life. I don't care if you're a warehouse worker or you're in the executive position or a VIP, that you can take some of these tools and say, hey, I can learn from this. I can build up. I can be built up. I can build myself up. I can change some things. I don't have to say stuff like that. I don't have to respond like that. I can change who I am to be a better individual, so I can effectively get my point across. Oftentimes we don't do that. We don't work on us, so other people won't change around us. I told somebody this the other day, that some people are not going to change in life. They're not going to change. They're going to stay the same, right? So you have to change in the situation. You have to change who you are, how you respond, how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you respond to them. Then they will respond to you differently. They will not change, but you have to change. So be a better you, be effective every day in your life, so you can see change and stuff, remarkable things coming in your life. Hope this live helped you. next one, I'm going to be more energetic. I'm going to be stirring you guys up to encourage you. Because look, I want you guys to be better and effective in life, right? So be an effective communicator. I'm going to bring out some more points later. And so hopefully that will help you to talk to people, to encourage them, and to read body cues, because sometimes we don't read body cues. It's posture. So sometimes when people start looking off and looking around, that's a cue. I don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, when people are just like hunching their shoulders, that's a cue. They don't want to hear it. So read the room, read people, look them in the eyes, you know, look around, see what's going on, so you can be more effective in life. If they are who they are, they're not going to change. Don't worry about that. Change you so you can have a better life. Okay, this is Serenity Speak. If you have any questions or comment, please inbox me. And if I have not gotten back with you in the inbox, I am checking my inbox this week. I've been pretty busy this week, but I will check my inbox. I have some new material that's coming out too as well. So listen, guys. It's going to be effective. I have some more things that I want to share with you. And I'm going to be on live. I'm going to try to do a live in the morning. I don't know what time zone you guys are in, but I'm going to try to do a live in the morning and in the evening. And I'm going to post. I'm going to let you know when I'm coming on. But it'll probably be early morning. So I'll start letting you guys know what time, hey, you can expect me to be on. So hey, y'all can join, we can comment, we can converse. I can respond back to you through inbox or respond to you while I'm looking at the comments. Okay, guys, listen, hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend, or whatever it is. This is Serenity Speak. Thank you all for watching.